Hello, welcome to the Is It Just Me podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Angie Inch. This podcast will entail truthful, transparent conversation about living life and the lessons learned. This podcast is for everyone from teenagers to the elderly, although some topics discussed may be rated R. Every conversation is based on living life and the lessons learned. Tonight's discussion is going to be on fashion. What is fashion? Fashion versus style. And how often does fashion repeats itself? Fashion trends. But before I start, I always state this disclaimer that everything discussed is the independent opinion and reality of myself. Now, let's get into fashion, one of my favorite topics. Before we get into fashion and style and dressing, we need to first discuss what is fashion. The sole definition of fashion is defined as a popular trend, especially in style and dress. So that definition is so broad because it puts style and dress. So definitely fashion has to do with dressing, but it doesn't necessarily have to do with style because style is an individual thing and we all know everybody does not have style. So fashion basically is what's the popular trend in dressing? What is like the popular thing that everyone's wearing? Style is how you do something or how you would wear your clothes or how you would put it together or how you would pair a shirt with a pair of pants or a shirt with a pair of jeans or a shirt with a skirt, etc. That's style. Now, again, style is subjective because everyone has their own definition of what they consider to be stylish. So that's very subjective. However, it's some individuals that lack style completely and just always look a mess. And that is not subjective. They may think that they're looking cute to themselves, but in the fashion community, they would be considered as looking a mess. The thing that I like about fashion is that it's subjective and you can dress how you want. You could put whatever you want together. And if it's stylish and it looks nice, you can start a trend. Now, me personally, I don't really follow fashion trends too tough because I feel like with certain fashion trends, they're just for the moment and then that's it. I'm not about to spend a bunch of money on these clothes and never use them again. Now, have I been the individual that was following trends and always getting the it things? Yes, I was. Those that know me personally will tell you, ever since I've been buying my own clothes, I've been into fashion. For those of you that know me and know me since I was younger, know that I've always been into fashion and I always was up on the latest fashion. And sometimes I did follow trends. If something came out and I liked it, it's like, okay, yeah. But for the most part, I really don't follow trends, especially with designers, because you'll spend all this money on these designer items. And then once that trend is over, it's like, that's it for that item. Or you spent all this money on that item and now it's in the outlet for half of what you paid for it. So for the most part, as I've gotten older, I stopped with the trends. Now, when I was younger, during the Vanson era, which by the way is back out again, those of you that are in fashion know I say fashion tends to repeat itself every 18 to 20 years, but the fashion industry claims it's every 20 to 30 years. I think it's sooner than that, but they say it's every 20 to 30 years. But as you can see, Vansons are back out again. Vansons were out when I was in high school and I had two. So when I say I used to follow the fashion trends, that was definitely me. I did not go and get a Vanson now that they're back out again. I'm thinking about it for the fall. I still haven't finalized if I'm going to get another Vanson, but they're back out. So that's what I mean with trends. And if I had my Vansons from 1996, 7, I'm bigger than I was then, so I wouldn't be able to fit them shits. But my daughter is small, so she would have been able to wear it. But that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm trying to make is that fashion tends to repeat itself, and fashion trends can be really, really, really costly if you a person that follows trends. So with designer items, a lot of things and a lot of collections that they bring out, it'll be just for that moment. I more so when I get designer items, I buy what I like, but I buy more so classic pieces that are going to be around for long term. That's not like trendy. It's not just something that's for the moment, because again, you're spending all this money on this item, this fashion item, and then next season is no longer in season. So it's in the outlet. Now, the only designers, if you're into fashion, they don't have an outlet, is Louis Vuitton and Chanel. So anything that you purchase from Louis Vuitton and Chanel, you're never going to get for a cheaper price because they have no outlets. But Gucci, YSL, all those other designers, if you shop in the trend and you're doing something like in the trend area, and you buy it, and once that trend is over, it's right in the outlet. So it's like you spent top dollar for it because that was the trend for the moment, but now that that trend is over, it's in the outlet for 60, 50% off. So that's why I really don't follow fashion trends. I buy what I like, and I usually buy classic pieces that are gonna be around for a very long time. That brings me to Christian Dior. Christian Dior just released, well, not just like yesterday, but recently, they re-released their saddle collection. And now the saddle bags, I want to say they're between like 34, 3,600. The saddle bag was out back in 2004, 2005, because I have my original leather saddle bag. Back then, I paid $1,800 for it. I still have my bag. So if I didn't buy a classic piece, I would be buying a saddle bag again for twice the amount of money that I paid for it back in 2005, 18 years ago. So that's why I say when you do stick to these designers, stick to classic pieces. Don't follow the fashion trends because they're here today, going tomorrow, and you're gonna spend all this money on this item and it's no longer a trend. Now, just because something is not a trend doesn't mean that you can't wear it. Because I'm always gonna wear whatever I have in my closet. It's vintage. But if you're that person that you only wear what's now and what's in the moment and what's going on now, then I would suggest that you stick to classic pieces. And 9 times out of 10, something that I wear is out of season. If I buy something that's in season now, 9 times out of 10, because I have so much stuff, I'm not going to wear it now. I'll wear it when it's out of season. And that's not purposely. It's just like I have so much stuff and I really don't go anywhere and I buy a lot of stuff. For what reason? I can't tell you that. I honestly cannot give the reason of why I buy so much things, but I just do. And I don't go enough places to wear everything that I purchase. So 9 times out of 10, if I'm wearing something, it's out of season. So a lot of people like ask me like, "Oh, where you got that from?" And I'm telling them where I got it from, and I guess they go to look for it and it's not there, and it's like, "Oh, she lied about where she got it from," and it's like, "What am I lying about something that I have already that you're asking me about? That makes absolutely no sense." So that's just my thing and how I operate. Now, have there been times that I wear stuff in season? Yes, it all depends on what it is or during the time. Everybody is starting to wear Marine Sierra, and I wore it last spring, but it was out the year before that. And that what I purchased and what I had, I still have a couple of pieces that I haven't worn, but they're from two years ago. You still can get certain things out of season, like purchase them and they might be cheaper. But I'm just saying, I don't really stick to fashion trends because it can be very costly. And you spent all this money on this stuff for it to be no longer a trend or for it to no longer be something that's in. That's why I like with Gucci when they release their limited edition pieces and things like that. I tend to not buy those pieces because I'm not spending all that money on those pieces. And next season, they're not going to be in. Now, if I've caught a piece in an outlet or something, cool. But I'm not paying top dollar for a limited edition piece that's not going to be in or that's just in for that season. But again, this is just my opinion and how I operate and how I do things. A lot of individuals, when they get dressed, they think that because they're dressed from head to toe in designer that they look nice. And it's like, no, sometimes you look like a fool because you overdo it. I've seen people that was in Gucci from head to toe, and it's like you look dumb. A lot of individuals don't have style, so they dress what I call directly off the mannequin. So just because they dress the mannequin up in the store, you go to the store and you buy everything off the mannequin and you put it on just like they put it on the mannequin, and it's like no, these certain things are made, they put it on a mannequin, but you can style it your own way. Just because they had on the sweater, the hat, the jeans, the sneakers, like sometimes you can overdo it with labels. Just because something is designer doesn't mean that it looks nice. And you can mix and match. Now, me personally, certain designers I don't mix and match because they're more so the labely designers, but I will wear like a Burberry jacket or a Burberry outfit with a Chanel bag. I'll do that, but I'm not wearing like a full-fledged Burberry outfit with Gucci sneakers. I'm just not doing that, but to each his own. Now, if it's like a simple print and something that's not like printy, and when I say printy, I mean like how Louis Vuitton has the basic LV on stuff, how Gucci has the GGs all over everything. I'm not wearing Gucci printy stuff with like a Burberry outfit. But again, I'll wear like a Burberry outfit and carry my Chanel bag. Or I'll wear like some Givenchy boots and a Burberry sweater or something like that. Like I'll mix and match. Just because something is designer and you put it all together from head to toe doesn't mean that you look nice. And you can mix and match, but it's all about how you do it. I see a lot of people when they are discussing fashion and clothing, how they feel some type of way like, oh, you have on a $5,000 bag with a cheap outfit. And it's like, so I don't see anything wrong with mixing high end with low end. I will have on a Chanel bag and some Sheen jeans. I don't see anything wrong with mixing high end and low end. It all depends on how you put it together. Again, I don't see anything wrong with it. When I say mixing high end and low end, I have clothes from all over, from the cheapest of the cheap, like from Sheen, from Target, from Walmart, to the highest of the high, Chanel, Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton. Being somebody that's into fashion and having style is not dependent upon the type of brands that you wear. It's dependent upon on how you put the outfit together. I wear stuff from Sheen. I wear stuff from Target. I wear stuff from Walmart. I buy what I like. It's not about buying it because it has a name. I buy what I like. I buy some stuff from some of these little boutiques. I buy stuff from some small black businesses, different things, and I mix and match. And what I wasn't wearing for a while, I had stopped wearing. I just wasn't wearing it. There's no real reason. But I see that Coach rebranded and they have a lot of nice pieces. And whether it's $100 or $500, I wear what I like. I don't wear something because it's the trend for the moment. I wear what I like. And there's nothing wrong with mixing high end with low end. Now, being in fashion and always buying stuff, something else that I've learned is everything doesn't have to be designer. Because is it really worth it? If I can get another item, which I would call a dupe, if I could get another item that looks, just like that item and it's a quality material, why am I going so hard to get the designer item? That comes with growth and knowing that everything is not about a name and a label. Because again, like I just stated with Coach has some nice pieces out. And one of the designers, like Chanel has the Chanel heart bag. For those of you that are into fashion, Chanel has the Chanel heart bag, but Coach has a Coach heart bag. And the material on it like I like it. Now, if you're a person and you're a collector and you collect bags and you're a bag connoisseur and you want to just have the Chanel piece to have it, it's cool. But if you're looking for a heart-shaped bag, Coach has a nice heart-shaped bag that looks really nice. It's similar, but they have some differences. Like the Chanel one has a front pocket, or is it a back pocket? It has a front and a back pocket, if I'm not mistaken. But the Coach one doesn't. But again, the material, the hardware, and everything on the Coach one is nice. Again, if you're a bag connoisseur or you're a bag collector, it's nothing wrong with having high-end designers because you never know, things happen if you fall on hard times. You can always resell those luxury bags and sell it for a nice amount of money. So it's not always a bad thing to have designer. Now, if you can afford it. Now, if you're going broke trying to keep up with designers, I don't suggest that you do that. I'm just saying, if you have pieces and you take care of them and you're a bad connoisseur or you're a collector, God forbid something happens and you need money and you don't want to go to family or you have nobody that's going to help you out in your situation, you can sell your bags. Like they have sites, Rebag. It's a couple of people, Luxury Snob, a couple of individuals that resells items. And I don't know exactly how much they'll sell it for. It depends on the condition of the item that you're selling, but I know you can sell it on those sites. And I'm not an individual that I'm into wearing hand me down bags, but that's because I'm into bags. So I really like I buy bags. First of all, I buy everything. Let's be fucking clear. But that I'm working on that. But I'm really like a bag person. I love bags. I just have this weird obsession with pocketbooks. I don't know why, but I just love bags. So certain bags, it's like, yeah, I'm going to buy that bag. But it's nothing wrong with if you don't have the money or you can't afford it or it's not in your budget at that moment and it's another designer selling something similar. I don't see anything wrong with that. Again, my closet is versatile. It can go from very low end, it goes to very high end. Very versatile. And there's nothing wrong with versatility in fashion. I believe that one of the things that you should have if you're into fashion is versatility, because it's not always about that designer or that label that you're wearing. It's about how you put it together and how you look going out. Again, style is subjective. Everybody does not have style. A lot of people dress off the mannequin and be looking horrible. But it's, again, your style is all dependent upon the type of person that you are and what you put together. So everybody just does not have style. I'm sorry to say it, but everybody does not have it. They might think my style is different. Yeah, but you look crazy. I'm sorry. Everybody just doesn't have it. And sometimes you have people that are mad at you because you have style and they don't. And it's just like, if you know that you don't have style and you know that I have style, what is it going to hurt to say, oh, could you help me pick out an outfit? Or how does this look? But it's like, in 2023, I'm starting to realize like people are just weird and they just want to find a reason to have an issue with people. So again, everybody does not have style. And fashion is not always about the name or the label of what it is. It's about how you put it together, how you look when you put it together. And if you can find something similar to a designer item that's within your budget, then go for it. I told you about the Chanel Coach bags. But if you like the heart shaped bags, which I do because I have a few, there's a couple of designers that make those heart shaped bags, and the quality of the material is good material. Kate Spade is another one. Coach makes them. Kurt Geiger makes them. It's a few individuals that make those heart shaped bags. So if you can't get the Chanel, there's always other designers that you can go to and you can get. And I know individuals that might be like, oh, I ain't shopping at the outlets or nothing. Well, guess what? I do. I shop everywhere. There's nothing wrong with shopping at off Saks because you don't know what type of deal you're gonna catch there. There's nothing wrong with shopping at Nordstrom Rack. There's nothing wrong with shopping at Neiman Marcus Last Call, even though they're starting to close the Neiman Marcus Last Call. But still, you still can get high-end designers at the outlet for discount prices. You just have to go and look or shop online or shop around to see what it is that they have that you're looking for. But there's nothing wrong with shopping. You have to shop according to your budget. You have to shop according to what you can afford and according to your budget. Do not allow fashion or a fashion trend to cause you to be financially irresponsible and go broke because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. I remember our parents used to be like, "Oh, you trying to keep up with the Joneses." Back in the days, I would hear people parents say that, and it's like there is no Joneses to keep up with. You have to keep up with you and you have to do what's best for you. And again, you can find some good pieces, good designer official pieces at Off Saks, Nordstrom Rack, Neiman Marcus Last Call. You can find pieces there and you can find good pieces. There's nothing wrong with shopping the sales when they're the semi-annual sales when they come up either. You'll get some good prices on shopping at those sales. They have them in January, they have them in April, January, October, like mid-October, November, like right Black Friday around that time, November, and of course, everybody has their Christmas sale. But those when you want to shop, if you really can't afford like the actual price of a designer, those are the times that they have those sales. April, they're having them now. So if you have a little money and you want to go, April, June, October, November is normally the Black Friday deals. December is the Christmas and after Christmas and Cyber Monday and all of that deals. And for the new year, when the new year starts, like the end of January, they have their sales. And I only know this because I shop a lot, but I'm working on that again. So when it comes to fashion and following trends, it's, that's again subjective. And if you're that type of person, I just don't suggest it because you end up spending a lot of money in these fashion trends for them to be out of season next season, for you to have invested all of this money in this item and now it's no longer a thing. And it's like, it's okay a couple of times if you want to pick something up, or if it's, you feel like it's it's that market of that trend and it's something that you like. But I wouldn't suggest going ape shit crazy shopping with these trends. I wouldn't suggest buying these limited edition pieces because they end up in the outlet. We know all of the designers have an outlet except for Chanel, Louis Vuitton. Every other designer you can find an outlet for. Fendi, Saint Laurent, Gucci, Prada, Moncler. All of those designers have an outlet. And there's nothing wrong with you wearing something out of season. Now we're going into spring. So all of the winter things are on sale. So something that I do is I get a lot of winter stuff now because it's on sale. So of course I'm not gonna wear it now because we about to go into spring, then we go into summer, then we go into fall. So even though it was in season last winter and it went on sale now, I'm still going to wear it next winter. That's the best time to shop. And that's why most of the stuff that I wear is out of season, because I don't buy it in the season or in that moment or in that time. But you wanna catch a deal on a Montclair coat, instead of you paying $1,900 for it, they got them on sale now for $900. You have to know how to shop and you have to know when to buy certain things. I'm sure you got through the winter last winter, so you had a coat. Okay, if you feel like you need a coat for next winter, now it's the time to buy your winter coat. In the summertime, in August, now will be the time to buy your summer clothes for summer of 2024. That's when the things go on sale. Whenever it's not in that season, that's when most of them have their sales, and you would definitely save a lot of money. But again, that's just me and my personal take on it. Again, fashion and style is subjective, and it's all about how you put things together. I'm going to say this again, everybody does not have style. Even though some people be like, oh, I created my own style, they still be looking a mess. And it's not a good idea to shop off the mannequin. If you see something on the mannequin and it's on the mannequin that way, 9 times out of 10, do not wear it that way. Remix it and fix it up yourself, because too many labels together, I feel like you look like a fool. Again, you heard what I said. I feel like, my opinion, right? Okay. Thank you for joining me. Hope you join me next week. I haven't decided if I'm going to do open discussion next week or if I'm going to do a topic. If I do the topic, it's going to be envy and jealousy. I think when I do open discussion, I'm losing some of the listeners because there's so many different topics and it's all over the place. I haven't decided yet. I would like for you guys to send me some feedback and let me know, do you want me to do open discussion or would you like me to do the topic envy and jealousy? You can email me at isitjustmeinch@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. I hope you join me next week.